Okay, I'm really sorry that it's not the right time to schedule this. I don't know what was I doing yesterday.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
please, Ramay, tell about yourself. Let's start from the classic.
Yeah. So I have overall 6 years of experience in IT, relevant experience AWS and DevOps. I have 4 years, and currently I'm. So when I log into the system, I use it to check, emails and what are the emails like. Is there any important mails? I use it to give reply. And I used to go to Jira, and if there is any pending tasks, I used to assign to myself or my colleagues. And so coming to the roles and responsibility, like um, when user ask for onboarding, I am the responsible person to create infrastructure as a code in AWS. I used to create VPC VPC load balancer, auto scaling, and subnets, and then route tables, and internet gateway, NAT gateway, everything I used to create. I was I configured CloudWatch, and then S3, and then I used Lambda function. So, and coming to the DevOps tools, I have experience on Docker, and then Kubernetes, and then Ansible. Uh,
Okay, thanks, Ramana. And what are the activities that you perform as a part of the AWS administration? Like you told that you work in ISC and you do the onboarding, but do you work on tickets? Like what kind of tickets, request, incidents that you would get?
okay, so for that, let me clarify. Onboarding of offboarding, creating user accounts and activity directory, and then assigning license, like setting up access to application and shared resources, uh, access control, and IAM role. Access I use it to give to the users, and I use it to give as a group also. Ticketing handling, like we use it to get tickets, from Jira. So as well as they use it to send mail also, task which we need to do. um, so mostly, like we use it to create onboarding, VPC subnets, and then internet gateway, route tables, and then I use it to give access for the dev team and QA team as per their requirement. And
Okay, so
yeah.
how many AWS accounts you have? Like currently, how many AWS accounts you support?
uh, I support, we have three teams actually. uh,
Okay.
so for each team, they use it to ask sometimes, I mean, for they based on their releases, they use it to ask.
I'm just trying to understand your setup over here. Like, so you have three different AWS accounts, or there is only one account and you're managing that. It's been distributed for all the other applications. Because in an enterprise setup, generally what they will have is they will be having multiple AWS accounts, and there will be one root account to support, and they will be using SSO to log into the other accounts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, do you support the EC2 instances?
Yeah, so we have only one account.
Okay.
Yeah, there only we use it to give access to different teams, and we will be handling like
Okay.
that, like.
Fine. So, do you support EC2 instances? Like, do you create EC2 instance, decommission, manage Windows servers or Linux servers? So, is there a separate team or it's you who perform that activity?
It's me only.
Okay. So, how many EC2 instances are there? VMs?
I think EC2 instance, we have one only, right? I think.
Oh, I'm just asking how big is the infra? Like, how does the infra size that you are supporting? Because when I mean an infrastructure administrator, like they will say like I'm having 15,000 servers, 20,000 servers, 100 servers. So how many servers are there?
Okay. For that question, like in our environment is relatively small. We support around I believe 15 servers are there. Okay,
Okay.
mix of Windows and Linux within a single AWS account. It's not enterprise scale like 10,000 plus servers. I manage the complete life cycle: provisioning, patching, monitoring, decommission.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how the patching is managed? Like what is the process that you use to patch the servers?
Patches. So basically, first way when patching we need to do right. So we follow defined process, ensure a minimum downtime and compliance. So identify patching or identified either from vendor advisor. Test or critical patches are tested first. Staging environment. So basically when we need to do patching, right, we need to get approvals from the tech leads, and if we get all the approvals right, then we will start our patching process. Deploy patches are deployed using automation tools. For example, AWS system manager, patch manager for EC2, reboot and validation. After patching, we reboot servers if required, and validate services are back
So
online.
for some reason the server is not getting patched via system manager. Like how will you patch the server? Consider it's a Windows server.
Uh, for that, so if server is not patched through system manager, we patch it directly inside the OS for Windows servers. We connect via I think RDP. Yeah, RDP run Windows update, or apply the monthly patch bundles provided by Microsoft. Sometimes push it via WSUSR. I think SCCM something they are using there.
So
Yeah,
what is the process you are following? Are you having WSUS or SSM?
SSM. So I think SSH and
Fine, no worries. So do you have experience in managing or patching these Linux servers?
yes, I have. So yeah, so experience managing and patching Linux servers for patching. I typically connect via SSH and use package managers like yum for real CentOS, or I think opt-get for Ubuntu. Before applying update, I take an AMI AMI EBS snapshot, as a backup. Then run AM update get update. Depending on the distribution, after patching, I reboot if required. Check critical services and validate applications availability. I have also worked on user management, log monitoring, and basic troubleshoot on Linux servers. Uh, yeah.
Okay. So you have patched the servers and the server is not rebooting. But how would you resolve that issue? The server is not starting up. It's like one continuous loop of reboot. Like what would you do to resolve that issue?
Okay. So for that, like. So stay calm and gather information. If a server does not come back, after patching, is it stuck in boot loop, or my first step is to check the AWS EC2 console. I review the system logs and instance state checks to see if it's OS level or AWS level issue. Second way, maybe create a backup first. Take a snapshot of root EBS value for safety. Detach root value, stop the instance. Detach the root EBS value from the affected instance. Attach. I think that way also we can do. Maybe third way, like remove or roll back the patch, or kernel update causing the issue. That also we will check.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
So what are steps to remove the patch that is or affected patch? Like how would you remove that?
Okay. So basically, for Linux, detect mount root value and healthy EC2, as we discussed earlier, right? Mount, for example, so make a direct empty recovery, sudo mount dev, recovery. So these commands, maybe I use it to do sudo root, ch root slash and something empty slash recovery, and roll back the patch kernel if it's kernel update. Also for that, if it's package, maybe history undo. I think if it's for Windows VC2, detach root value and mount to
It's
healthy
4 o'clock.
EC2 as secondary disk. I think these things we do basically.
Okay. So an application team is contacting you and they are saying that they are not able to access the website. Okay.
Okay.
Take the scenario. And how would you troubleshoot that issue? What are things that you would check?
Okay. So for that, like ask, gather, if we will gather the information, like ask, is it one user or all users? Okay. So is it internal or external internet? I mean inside inside the company, or internal users? First we will ask these things, and again we will ask, is it complete outage or just slow? Can you hear me now?
I think you're on mute.
Okay. There is some issue with my button. Now,
Okay. Yeah.
is it
Good.
fine?
Yeah. Now I can. Okay.
So for your question, right, we will check like AWS layer, EC2 servers healthy, security groups, and NACLS, load balancer, target groups, and Route 53, So each one, like if EC2 means, what we will check is the web server, or Apache, Nginx, or is it these things are running or not, we will check. And security groups is both like I think for HTTPS we will 443, is it open for HTTPS, and HTTP, I think 80 port number for that is open. We will make sure these things are
So
perfect. And
when you mean this 443 HTTP or 443 IT, you mean to say that websites will run only on these ports, is it?
Yeah, I think for website, again here we will check. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, load balancer we will check.
Please continue. And it's
Okay.
it's not a load balancer. There's no load balancer here. Consider this. There is no load balancer. So it is directly contacting an EC2 instance. Okay.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
what will you check?
Okay.
First thing.
Okay, so
The website is not loading.
okay, website is not loading. Okay.
What will you check?
I think if website is not loading, scenario like EC2 load balancer road 53. Mostly we will check
See, there is no load
configuration.
balancer. Okay, Route 53, it is resolving to that IP.
Okay.
Okay. Now, it's an EC2 instance, it's directly connected to EC2 instance. Now, what will you check in the EC2 instance?
Reachability check, we will check like
Server is reachable.
automation.
You are able to take RTP.
Sorry.
Server is reachable. You are able to take RTP. And I say that it's a Windows server.
Okay.
Okay. So, now what will you check?
If its server is reachable, what else we can check? I think web. Also, we will check IIS admin service. If start, restart the service. Website binding in IIS. Open
IIS service is started. Okay. And it has multiple websites. Okay. IIS is started.
Okay.
It's running. Now what will you do?
If it is running, I think RDP service, maybe host name.
Host name is correct.
Okay. What else? Application pools like firewall security. Ensure the port is used by.
No, firewall is off.
Okay. Other than this, content and path, like verify the physical path of the site. Proper basic settings in IIS.
That is all correct.
So that's also okay. Maybe what else we will check here other than this? I think first basic things, IIS service, website bindings and app pool. Other than this, firewall, content path.
Will you not check like what are all the ports that is listening to and whether it is listening on the particular port?
Okay. SSL certificate. Binding checks the SSL certificate.
No. Website is not reachable.
How can we? Maybe logs we can check. Like we can dig into.
That can be. Okay. So basically, the user whoever is trying right now, you can put the person in a way like whether are you accessing for the first time or whether it is working for you before. Okay. So if they say that yeah, it is working for them before, means then we have to check what exactly it is happening only for them or it's for happening only for their colleagues or whether you are able to access the website.
Yeah.
Okay. So once everything is done, once you ensure that it is accessible from your side, means you can just check, you can isolate. It is happening only for them. Maybe a location issue. Maybe there is a network issue. Right? Whether they are able to access or not. Resolution might happen, but the IP will not be reachable. Okay, because the resolution will happen in the DNS side. Or maybe using the cache. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we have to find out whether if they are saying that yeah, it was working fine, now it is not working, this is the way. If they are saying that no, it wasn't working, this is the first time I'm accessing, there's a chance that these guys might not, access that in the right port, and that website is not working on port 443. Okay, then you have to try to access that, website from your side. Okay, if everything is there, you are able to access, they are not able to access, then comes the SG, security group, right? Where you have to go and check from what is the source they are trying to access.
Yeah.
That source, whether it is whitelisted or not. Okay. So that's the way that we need to troubleshoot. If it is Windows, it is this way. If it is Linux, it's a different way. right?
Oh,
But
okay.
whatever the activities that we perform on the AWS side, it's gonna be the same.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
So
Maybe.
yeah, so we are 9 minutes over time, Ramana. Anyway, I started late, but I'm having one other call at 4:15.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'll just have give the feedback to the HR. They'll get back to you. Any questions for me?
Yeah. I think. Thanks for your time. I'm good.
Thank you. Thanks, Ramana. Thanks for your time. Have
Thank
a
you.
nice day. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.